let's get started. My top 10 favorites of the Occasions catalog. This was incredibly, incredibly hard for me. I even cheated in a couple places, but you'll see. Hi, Joyce. So I'm just going to start right here. Number 10 on my top 10 list. And I'm going to be honest and say, I'm just going to say it's this spread. What I'm really happy to see is that we have some more masculine stamp sets in our line. This Best Catch especially made me think of my brother, Tom, my big brother, Tom. Who knows? He pops on here every once in a while, but I don't know if he knows I'm on tonight. And this one actually reminded me of his daughter, Sarah. But I thought both of these are great for masculine cards. They're also great for nature lovers. Certainly it's not just men and boys who like horses and fishing. And then a sneak peek at the classic garage suite as well. But so I marked that as number 10. Number 9, I have my little sticky notes here. Okay, this too. I'm cheating. You're going to end up seeing a lot more than just 10 products. Down here in the lower left corner, this is what I had planned to mark. The rectangle stitched framelits dies for $35. It contains 13. We already have oval, square, what am I missing? Oval, square, and circle framelits, plain shapes as well as scalloped. And then we also have a package of stitched shape framelits that include squares, ovals, and circles as well. And they have that edging that looks actually like stitching. I don't know how well you can see it here. So we've been waiting to get rectangle framelits. So I'm very, very excited about that. And then, of course, I just have to say, this Flowering Desert stamp set reminds me of many people I know that love the Southwest desert areas, but it definitely reminds me of my younger sister, Janet, who lives in Rancho Mirage outside of Palm Springs. Okay, so that's number 9. Number 8, okay, is this How Sweet It Is Designer Series paper. My friend Tracy Dalling was visiting a few weeks ago. She came between Christmas and New Year's, and we had a weekend of crafting and Hallmark Christmas movies. And of course, food and fun in there too. Good conversation. But she had talked about this suite, and I said, oh, I haven't purchased it, but it looks cute. I just haven't gotten it yet. But then when I was going through my things, pulling things out to start a new project, I realized I had purchased one package of the How Sweet It Is Designer Series paper. Oh, Sherry Parker says that she loves the cactus too. She lived out Southwest for a while in, I believe, Albuquerque, and which is where she got started in her Stampin' Up career. So I'm glad she made it to Ohio, and I get to be a part of her team. So here are the pages of the How Sweet It Is Designer Series paper pack. Look at the beautiful colors and the fun images. And then in the suite, there are things that coordinate with it very well. These little sweet cups, they remind me of the little ice cream cups. But love the colors and images in here. Okay. There's another. These are like gummy bears. Beautiful polka dots. Stripes. More diagonal stripes. This reminds me of fruit stripe gum. Is anybody old enough to remember fruit stripe gum? I loved it when my Grandma Bayless bought that for us kids. More of the candy jars and cupcakes. Oh, this is one thing I always wanted when I was growing up, was my own gumball machine. Never got it. My mom was not into that kind of thing. Although we had other treats, I guess, but I won't make it sound like I was totally deprived of candy and sweets because that's not true, but I just thought it would be so cool to have a gumball in my own house that I could just drop a penny into and get gum. And this reminds me of fruit stripe gum too. Kathy Deal says she remembers that gum. And then look at this paper, and it has stamps and then to coordinate, but it also has these framelit dies that actually cut out these jars. So that would be very cute on making little treat cups and things like that. And then finally this one with the little candy shapes. So fabulous, fabulous colors. Coastal Cabana, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, Pineapple Punch. Really fabulous colors. Certainly bright and cheerful. Okay, number 7. I'm saying the Happiness Blooms Memories and More card pack. And I'm excited to say I've been putting together a 20 card class project kit using this, and also a 6x8 memory book or album with these Happiness Blooms Memories card pack. Has the coordinating and correct size envelopes, Night of Navy envelopes. I believe it's Night of Navy, and of course the envelopes that's striped. And a sneak peek, there's a whole suite of the Happiness Blooms. Fabulous designer series paper in great colors. Love the enamel dots. A brand new embossing folder, dot to dot, which is fabulous. The picture in the catalog gives you a pretty good image of that. And then, of course, the stamp set. And it is bundled with this Bitty Blooms punch pack. And darn it, I have it in the living room. I don't have it with me, but I wish I had. I was looking at all my swap cards this afternoon in the living room, and I left mine in there, and I should have thought to bring one out. Sherry Parker made one using the Bloom by Bloom stamp set and the dot to dot embossing folder that I really love. Okay, but anyways, getting on to, did I do number 8? Yes. Number 6. Are you ready? Okay. If you know me at all, I send a lot of cards. I'm also into, hi Doris, I'm also into quotes and verses and just words that I think touch me, but also will touch other people. And I send a lot of cards, and a lot of times they are cards, I'm sending cards for reasons that it's hard to have words to put into that card. But some of these just say the right things. I'm here for you. That is awesome. The struggle is real. Together we make a difference. That is so fabulous. And I can honestly say, with my Stampin' Up team, my customers, we do so many things together. And I truly believe we do make a difference by sharing our stamping. Okay, this card is so beautiful. Okay, and this does coordinate, this stamp in here does coordinate with the support ribbon framelit, which we've already had. Okay, I believe that was number 6. Number 5 is Strong and Beautiful, and I was so lucky I got this as my Pride Patrol win during On Stage in November. When I first saw this catalog, I turned to my upline Susie Brunk and said that I want this stamp set. I knew it would be one of the first I would buy, and then I won it. So free's even better. And I'm just glancing at this. I've been through this catalog so much, and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, I know them. So kind of squirrel moment. Okay, number 4. We've had lots of butterflies over the years. To me, they're always good, but they didn't wow me. But this time I am wowed, especially because of the bundle. And what I love about this, the punches both a large and a small butterfly at the same time. But what's especially great about that is the stamp set has been designed so that each of these sets of small and large, or I should say 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of these sets of the small and large stamps stamp as one. So this is one stamp. So it will punch both at the same time. You don't have to do anything lining up the images. So Stampin' Up! Just keeps making things easier and better for us to use. And this is one example of that. So each of these, this is one stamp, 2 stamp, 3, 4. Those are 4 stamps right there. Okay, so I love that we can stamp them, the large and the small, in one, and then punch them in one step as well. Okay, I need to move my screen up here. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Joan. Hey, Kathy. Kathy Homan. Well, it says Kathy Titterington. We actually went to grade school and high school together, so it's fun to have you on here, Kathy. Okay, number 3. I think my youngest sister, Joan, might have gone to school with one of her sisters as well. Oops. Number 3. I love kits. I love kits. They're great for anybody. They're easy to use, especially our all-inclusive kits, which this is one of. By all-inclusive, I mean it has all the pieces punched, ready to go, all the colors there. You're just stamping the images, and it includes a stamp set and a small Stampin' Spot, a mini ink pad, okay? Oh, Kathy, I'm happy to hear you love Stampin' Up! Okay, and you know what, Kathy, or anybody else that's watching who does not have an occasions catalog and or celebration brochure and or an annual catalog, if you private message me your request with your mailing address, I'll be glad to send them to you for free, okay? All right, so this is fabulous. Love the colors. Tracy and I put these together. We shared them on our joint Facebook Live that I made her do when she was visiting me a few weeks ago. But after you put the kit together, you have this stamp set forever. And it's so versatile, you'll use it over and over and over again. Happy birthday, congratulations, thank you, and thinking of you. Certainly ones you'll use over and over and over. And then, okay, and this is another place where I cheated. I'm just going to tell you my number 2 favorite is the Floral Romance Suite. I love everything on the spread. I love the bundle. I love the paper, the colors, the embellishments. I love the samples. There is not one thing about the spread that I don't like. What is difficult to see in this picture is the Lace Dynamic Embossing folder. But if you look over here to the left page of the spread, in that towards the bottom, you'll see this, I believe that's Petal Power or Petal Pink cardstock. If you look on the Petal Pink cardstock very closely, you'll be able to get a good picture of what that embossed image looks like, okay? But truly love everything about this. People who are coming to my February Creative Escape Weekend will get to be using this. So we can look forward to that in February. This is a specialty designer series paper, and what makes this one special is there's vellum used in it. Printed vellum that you can use for layering or hand cutting accents, things like that. But the vellum in here is what makes this a specialty designer series paper. A lot of times we see foils and what do I want to say? On the Santa's Workshop, we had flocking on our designer series paper, which gave it the specialty category. And this one is put in the specialty category because of the vellum used. Okay, now here's where I really cheat, because I first was going to say it's the All My Love Designer Series paper is my number 1 from the favorite from the Occasions catalog. However, it's got so many great coordinating products that I'm just going to say the All My Love Suite is my #1 favorite in the Occasions catalog. But let me show you how beautiful this paper is. Okay, it uses Flirty Flamingo, lovely lipstick, soft seafoam, and I believe this is Balmy Blue. And then, of course, white, Whisper White, and Crumb Cake. But look at these patterns, okay? Lots of florals. This is just gorgeous. And it's not really metallic, but it comes across as being that. I keep looking at that, but just the layers of colors, it looks like it's metallic. It's really not, but it looks that way. Just a fun, plain pattern. This is pretty. Okay. I always like when we have very tiny small prints as well as some larger images to use in the designer series paper. And I can honestly say that I really, really like all of the patterns in this paper. Usually there's maybe one, sometimes two that I don't care for, but not in this one. I can always make it work. A fun thing about this is that you can cut out these hearts if you like using the Be Mine Stitch Framelits dies. Okay, there is a die to coordinate with each of these hearts, the large and the small. Okay, and then finally a tiny print there. Okay, so those are my top 10 favorites. Please do me the favor and let me know what your favorite is. It doesn't have to be one of mine. In fact, some of the things I've shown you, I don't even own yet. Some of the, but I'm planning to get. A few of the things I already have, but I haven't used them yet. So I'll be putting them to use very soon. And third, some of the things I've been using lots and lots and lots, like I have been with the All My Love Suite. And I'm going to be showing you a couple of quick cards that you can make with that as well. Okay, but please comment, what is your favorite? Kathy says, what was the #3? #3 was the Made to Bloom All-Inclusive Card Kit. Okay, like I said, just go through your catalog and choose your favorite. Let me know what it is. It does not have to be one of my favorites. And then of those of you who either tell me what your favorite project is in the Occasions catalog, or if you don't have a catalog, you request one from me, I will enter your name into a drawing and send you a little something. Okay, so let's go on and make a couple of cards, and I'll make this kind of quick and easy. I'm on 22 minutes right now. I try not to keep going too long. I know everybody's very busy, and heaven forbid we miss hearing the president talk tonight. So all joking aside though, for people who work for the federal government, if you would just keep positive thoughts and perhaps even say a prayer for all those people, our country really needs to come together. I'm not sure how that's going to happen, and this is not, I don't tend to talk politics, especially in this forum, but I do know, I have a close friend, Tracy, who works for the federal government, and there are many, many other people, and I'm sure they all have mortgages and families and kids to put through college and groceries to buy and all that. So let's just keep a positive thought and say a couple extra prayers for those people. Okay, so moving on, and I just realized I did not cut, I don't see my Stampin' piece here. And I'm looking for my little pile that had it all. One moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's crazy because there's a little stack of cardstock that I cut and I'm not seeing it, but that's okay. I'll just cut another, right? Okay, so what I have for you so far here is I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock which is standard size. Okay, so it's cut 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I simply have folded it. Okay, then I have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4-inch Whisper white paper also, and you probably can't see this very well on the video, but I've embossed it with the Big Shot and the Subtles embossing folder. Okay, and I'm just going to start by putting that on my card front. You'll be amazed at how quick and easy this darling card is to make. Okay. Now, I am showing off here this lovely lipstick foil paper. This is something that you can get free along with Grapefruit Grove foil paper as a free choice from the Celebration brochure. I love it. I've been using it quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for a moment. I do need to cut this piece because I have no idea. And I'm just going to do this 4. Okay, that's 2 3/4 by 4. So I need a 2.5. Oops, that's my scoring blade. 2.5 by, I'll flip it this way, that has a little curled edge there. 3 3/4. Okay, so did you get that? I'm going to be stamping on a piece of Whisper White that is 2.5 inches by 3 3/4. Hi, Mary Lou. Mary Lou, I'll be calling you after Facebook Live about helping you purchase the starter kit. Mary Lou is going to purchase the starter kit option 2, and she'll be getting the wonderful Craft and Carry tote that is exclusive for new recruits during Celebration. Okay, so to make this card, I'm using the Forever Lovely stamp set. Okay, I'm going to pull out this cluster of hearts and reach, no, that's not quite the right size. I'm going to reach behind me for a clear block, and I'm excited to say that was an easy reach. I had friends visiting this weekend, Rosie Janice, her husband Mark, and Lisa Marlowe, and I was so happy to have my friends here, and Mark was so wonderful. He put in shelves in my craft room closet that that is right behind me as I sit. So I've got that organized. We took the doors off. He took the doors off, let's be honest. And it's just wonderful. I'm loving it. And it's made such a, oh, I got a little boo-boo right there. I'm just going to flip this over because I don't want that. But it's just made life in my craft room so much better. Just easier to navigate everything. Okay, and I might as well go ahead and stamp my envelope at the same time, right? Put that there. Okay, this is my sample, remember? Okay, so I've got this. I did that with the lovely lipstick ink, and now I'm going to use my black. You could also use a basic gray or any other color, Night of Navy, any other color you think would go well with the lovely lipstick color. And then I'm going to be using the You Are Loved stamp. Again, I guess to just reach behind me and grab what I need. This is so awesome. And I'm going to stamp, you know, I'm going to do this on my scrap paper first. Okay. And it's dark enough that the black comes right, basically sits right on top of the lovely lipstick ink. Okay, let me set this up here so I don't make a mess. I'm going to use some adhesive and attach this to that lovely lipstick foil paper. Again, a free item in the celebration brochure that you can get with a $50 purchase. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. I'm going to stick one in the center just because it's a little bit larger. It certainly doesn't need it to hold, but just so that the center of the cardstock sits up higher, just like the corners will. Okay, awesome. How fast is that? Okay, literally, I had this done from showing and mentioning, for showing the sample and mentioning the name of the stamp set, took me 7 minutes. Okay, now granted, I had a couple pieces already pre-cut, but 7 minutes to make that. Right, ladies? Quick, easy, fun, fabulous card. Okay. And then the second one I'm going to show you is this. Okay. It uses and I did the same, stamped the same image for the envelope here on this card. It uses a lovely lipstick cardstock base. This one has been cut in a vertical manner. Okay. So it is cut 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and then you're going to fold that in half. I'm going to stamp the heart cluster using lovely lipstick ink, just in this bottom left corner. And then I'm going to adhere that to the inside of the card. Just like that. Okay. And now I'm going to work on the front. The first thing I'm going to do is simply lay this piece of Designer Series paper from the All My Love Designer Series paper pack. Okay. Both sides are pretty, but I'm going to use the hearts today. Okay. And for now, I'm just going to lay that there. And the reason is I'm going to be doing some stamping down here. Once I'm finished my stamping down here and I'm happy with it, then I'll adhere the DSP. Just like I made that mistake that had that little boo-boo on the other piece I stamped for the first card, and I flipped it over and started again. That's why I don't want to lay this down, okay? If I have to flip it over to stamp and this is already adhered, then I'm wasting it. Okay, so that's why. But I want to lay it here so that I know pretty much where I'm going to stamp. The other thing is, keep in mind with my sample that I have a piece of ribbon across there. So again, you can just lay that there so you have an idea of where it belongs. Okay, you don't necessarily have to leave it there, but you do want to lay it there and so you know. Okay. I'm going to stamp that heart cluster in the lower left corner. Then I'm going to stamp Wishing You a Lovely Day. And just because I'm going to stamp this in basic gray instead of black. A lot of times I will interchange black and gray. Like I am today, I'm just interchanging the gray for the black, or yeah, the gray for the black. Okay. So, and again, I'm going to stamp this on my grid paper first. Okay. Keep in mind that you're going to have a piece of ribbon there. I'll stick my head in here. Okay. Not perfectly straight. I'm going to try again. Do you mind? Another few seconds for me to try again, and I'm actually going to put my head higher over this so I can see better. I don't know if you're going to see the top of my head there or not, but when I'm able to look straight over, the stamp, it allows me to get it a little straighter. Okay. Now that I like. So I'm ready to put this on. Now here I was just thinking, wishing you a lovely day. You could stamp one of the flower images on there instead and use this side of the paper, and you can send this card anytime. It could be a just because card, or it could be for a birthday or somebody's first day at a new job. So lots of reasons to use that. But like I said, today I'm using the hearts, and these are cards that I will be sending for Valentine's Day next month. But I love that this set is wonderful for Valentine's Day, but great for so many other occasions as well. Okay. Now, for this, I'm just going to cut off a little piece of ribbon. You just want the ends to extend beyond the edges. I put some adhesive on the back, and what I'm going to do is just lay this ribbon where I want it. Okay. And then I'm going to just tuck each end underneath and catch it on that adhesive I put. Okay. So just cut with the adhesive. Okay. And now I'm going to add some more adhesive. I'm going to go over that ribbon just because, to make sure it's well secured to the card front. And I'm going to, now since I already put my inside in, I want to double check and make sure I'm putting this on the right side. And finally, I'm going to, oh, and I should mention that part of this product suite, the All My Love suite, includes this bundle of ribbon, the lovely lipstick ribbon, as well as this very narrow sheer, sheer Flirty Flamingo ribbon, okay? It also has these wonderful epoxy hearts, which are fun. And what I really love about these is that I can, I'll have to see if I can find the right one here. Nope. I can color these with Stampin' Blends. So I've just pulled out my lovely lipstick Stampin' Blends. Do you remember these are my, these are our alcohol markers. Okay, so they are permanent. So I can color any of these shapes with any color Stampin' Blend. Okay, and they'll dry that color. Just put up against something white here. Okay, so that's what I love, love, love Stampin' Blends. Not just for coloring in stamped images, but also for using on things like this, the epoxy embellishments, rhinestones, pearls, things like that. You can completely customize them with your Stampin' Blends. Okay, the last thing I need to do is make a bow. Okay, and I'm going to play with those loops and tails a bit till I get it about the size I want. I think that's pretty good. Trim off the ends. When I'm working by myself, I do tend to leave the ribbon on the bolt while I'm working because I waste less. And you don't want to use up any more material or ribbon or cardstock than you want to. And then lastly, I'm going to adhere the bow to my card with the wonderful handy dandy glue dots. I always put 2 on the knot for the size bow. And I'm just gonna stick it right there in the center. Okay, and there's my finished card. Alrighty. I don't think, did I stamp an envelope? Okay, so that's what oops. At least I didn't drop that on a finished card, right? I did that yesterday, and it just frustrated me something because, but I got it on, oh well, whatever, I'll fix that. And isn't that crazy? I know it goes through the mail and everything, but when I'm making something handmade, I don't want to send it with a smudge, so I'll redo that one. But anyways, these are the cards for tonight, and I would love to send out a few of these. So if you would be sure to comment what is your favorite product in the 2019 Occasions catalog, or if you don't have one, message me your mailing address and I will drop a catalog in the mail to you. Then you will be entered into a drawing, and I'll be sending out one of each of these cards. Okay, one each to 2 different people. Okay, have a great night, ladies. Stay warm. It's windy, very windy in Columbus. I know Cleveland is getting some rough weather today, and our temperatures dropping fast, and it's going to be cold, and we might even see snow flurries tomorrow. So that's the way January is. It's almost 60 one day and down to 25 the next day. So have a good night. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed seeing and hearing what my top 10 favorites are, and that you also like the card projects I showed you. And Mary Lou, I'll be calling you in just a few minutes to help you purchase your starter kit. Good night, everybody.